And welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video, the coverage of the Boogie Veins and Brews. But yeah, we're going to be getting into little maintenance, little performance modifications, and just generally trying to clean up the engine bay on the Roadmaster. This came in today, so it's a K&N cold air intake. I guess it's a short ram intake because the filter's in the engine bay, so it's not really cold air. But I'm going to be installing that, getting rid of all this nonsense, and then I'm going to also be doing. I bought this a while ago, and when I take this throttle body or intake boot off, I'll show you. But I guess between the blades for the throttle body, there's just like, I wouldn't say casting, but there's just a piece right in the middle. It's like a support for the shape of the throttle body inlet, and it's just kind of rough. So this goes in right here. You bolt that in there, and I don't know. It probably does nothing, but it was like a $10 thing on Amazon. So I figure I'd buy it. I'm also going to clean the mass airflow sensor, and then I also picked up a throttle position sensor. So this thing kind of has what leads into this. This kind of has a rough idle every once in a while at stoplights and stop signs. It doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while it does. I replaced all the plugs and wires on it, hoping that would solve the issue, but it still is there every once in a while. I don't know if it's I know these kind of sometimes they're prone to having issues with the OptiSpark distributor in this. I don't know if it's that. I don't have like the water pump and the water pump and stuff above it. Nothing's leaking onto the distributor as far as I can tell. So I think that's fine. I'm going to see if this does fix the issue. If not, that'll probably be my next thing I do is take the water pump off. You have to do that to get to the distributor. I'm going to replace the water pump gasket in the water pump since it's off. And then I'll probably just do a cap and rotor for now. And then I guess you have to seal up the distributor again because it pulls vacuum through there or something. I'm not very knowledgeable on the LT1s. I'm sure if you guys are familiar with these engines, you'll know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I mean, it's probably, I probably should replace the cap and rotor anyway if I did the plugs and wires, but hopefully that fixes it. And then I'm going to try to do just some general cleaning up the engine bay. This mount right here was for that silencer, that home base, this guy right here that goes on top of the intake manifold. I'm going to remove that bracket, and then I'm going to try to tuck some of this wiring harness down a little bit farther down there, and kind of just reroute some of the vacuum lines and sensor wiring and stuff just to kind of clean it up. Eventually, I think what I'm going to do is also get rid of all the smog bullshit, the pump and everything down below. It's down there. You can't see it, but all the injection pump, I think it's called, and all this stuff, the EGR and all that stuff. I think I'm going to get rid of all that stuff. And then there's a guy online, forgot the name of his website, but he strictly does tunes for these LT1s, whether they're in Camaros, Corvettes, Impalas, yada, yada. So I just want to get rid of all that nonsense. It just kind of clutters up the engine bay. And then I'm also going to look into getting rid of this mechanical fan. It has a mechanical fan on it, and it also has an electric fan deep down there, I think, because it's got has the tow package on it. So I'm going to look into that. I don't know if I can just get rid of the mechanical fan, and then the stock electric fan will do the job with cooling it, or I might have to get rid of the stock electric fan and then put like a dual fan setup on here. So I just want to get rid of as much nonsense as I can in this engine bay, and just kind of clean it up in general. I'm not going for, this is not the car to go for like performance and horsepower and stuff like that, but I just want to clean it up. And I don't know, maybe if I can find a good set of cheap headers or something like that, I'll do that. You know, I don't know, maybe a set of valve covers. I'm kind of a car show guy, so I would like to clean this up and just kind of make it look a little nicer. So I'm going to get to installing this, and yeah, hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. So we're about halfway through on this little mini project. I got the old intake boot and everything off. There's the rest of it in there. I got this all assembled. This is what I wanted to show you, though. I'm not going to be able to install it right now, but as you can see, this is exposed inside the throttle body. So this piece goes, I think, right there to kind of smooth out the air going into the ports. I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'm going to have to come back and do this later. So the screw goes through this hole. You actually have to take, I'm pretty sure you have to take the throttle body off to get to the back side, like in there where the screw goes through, and put a nut on the back side of it. Now that I'm looking at it, this might come off. I'm not really sure if this exposes the inside of it. I was going to get a new throttle body gasket where it meets the plenum before I decided to take it all apart and tackle this. And also, I was reading a little bit on just deleting, once again, some of this nonsense on here. I think there's like a coolant port, or there's coolant that runs through this throttle body on these LT1s. And I guess you're supposed to delete that. I mean, we're not talking about big gains here or anything like that with performance or anything, but once again, it's just one more thing to eliminate on these cars. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more. I am going to still replace the throttle position sensor. It's right there. That's easy enough. So I'll take care of that. And then, I don't know, I'll look into some research. I know they sell like, it's a silly thing to get, but they sell like these plates, these covers with like a Corvette logo, or they say LT1. I actually had one in my shopping cart on eBay for the longest time. So I'm going to look into that. If I could just pop that off, and that exposes the back side of the throttle body, and I can get in there and just throw the nut on the end of that bolt that keeps that piece in there, I'll do that later on. But I just don't want to take apart anything that has gaskets and stuff, because with my luck, I'll take it apart and the gaskets kind of just fall apart. So I'm going to put the throttle position sensor in, and then put the tube back on here, and then eliminate. I'm going to take this off, this plate right here, and yeah, I'll get it fired up and see how it sounds. I can't really take it out right now because it's raining out, but I'll definitely have a clip of it driving in this video. Well, that was a mild success. I guess it's just the little things, you know, you gotta take advantage of them. But yeah, it looks good. It sounds good, at least from what I can tell just by revving it in the driveway. I mean, in the garage. But yeah, I'll take it for a cruise tomorrow. It's miserable out right now, but yeah, it looks a lot better, I think. I still have to take those brackets off, but yeah, at least that's done. I need to replace the air filter anyway, so I'm also going to get a new PCV valve. Not that I think that one's bad or anything, but it's something cheap, and yeah, K&N. If you're looking for one of these too, don't go on Summit, because I went on the K&N website, and it's the same thing. I mean, it says K&N right there. It's actually advertised as a Summit brand on Summit Racing, but it's a lot cheaper than going to K&N or trying to find it on eBay. So definitely, if you're looking for one of these for an Impala, Roadmaster, what have you, definitely go on Summit. It's a lot cheaper. So I said screw it and took it all back apart and bought a turbo kit. No, I'm joking. I don't have the money for that. But yeah, I did a little bit more research on deleting the coolant passage, I guess it would be, through the bottom of the throttle body. That's one of the inlets right there and over there. It seemed easy enough, which it was. So I was like, screw it, I'll take it apart. It's probably good for maybe 1-2 more horsepower taking that coolant out of the throttle body. I don't know, probably not. If I can get like 3 or 4 between that and the intake, that would be awesome, but I'll have no way of knowing that. But yeah, I guess that coolant that runs through there, I'm sure it's on other vehicles too, other engines and stuff, but that's to prevent icing of the throttle body in colder temperatures. I'll never drive this thing in the winter, and I think even like during fall it probably won't have any effect on it. But yeah, I just this line right here would go to here, and then there's actually where this is hooked up now, there's like an elbow that would go into that, and then there. So I just bypassed all that, and yeah, it's just one more thing, you know, when I couple that with hopefully deleting the mechanical fan and the smog pump and all that. Hopefully all those little things add up. And yeah, ultimately it's just to make the engine bay look a little better, at least for me. I was watching another guy on YouTube. I guess, you know, when I take this throttle body off to install that plate and redo the gasket, I'm going to cut these off, actually. They're not being used. They're not going to be used anymore, and it won't affect anything. You don't even have to cap these off, but I'm going to cut this off, and then the one over here too, just so it doesn't look so ugly. But yeah, I'm going to throw this back together again, and then go to the gas station, grab some beer, and see if I feel any difference in the seat of my pants. Gets up and goes for how big it is, I will say. It's not like my Caprice, but yeah, I don't know if I felt any power increase, maybe a little bit, but I definitely think the throttle is a little bit more snappy, or it feels a little bit more responsive. It's hard to tell because the exhaust is still new to me, so I don't know if like just the exhaust is a placebo effect, but yeah, I definitely think it's got a little bit more balls now, so that's cool. Nice. So this is walking in. LT1 down. That sucks. That's pretty cool with the body kit and the period correct wheels. Maybe if he installs a K&N air filter, that'll get him back on the road. I don't know. Fucking punching it again. well, that's going to wrap up this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed me talking to myself once again in the garage by myself. But yeah, I'm happy I did that. I addressed some maintenance things on this car that I've been putting off, and so far, I mean, it hasn't been stumbling at stoplights and stop signs. That's kind of the reason why I did some of it. Hopefully it was just cleaning that mass airflow sensor. I'm hoping that's what it was, but nevertheless, I'm happy I bought that intake and got a new air filter on it and stuff like that. And yeah, also I think I'm going to order the fuel injector covers, the Corvette ones, if you guys are familiar with the LT1s and like just Impalas and F-bodies and stuff like that. They're just, it's kind of like an engine cover, but it says Corvette on it, so it's going to look pretty cool when I get that. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. I don't know what the next video will be. Things are kind of winding down around here in the Chicagoland area, being that it's going to be November 1st here. Yeah, it's just the weather's starting to turn. But I'm going to try to get as much footage as possible if there are events and stuff like that. I know there's a big indoor muscle car Corvette National show that we go to, me and my dad go to every year. So that's going to be an indoor show. I'll try to get as much footage of that as possible when that comes. It's a great show. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you down the road. Go get some fucking tacos.